fellow Foundrymen. We had our B2B session happening at the same venue today. We had four buyers and 9 foundries. And one of our buyers is here, and we'd like to felicitate him. So we have Mr. Sanjay Kamte from Simpson & Company Limited. Thank you so much, sir. We request you to kindly join us on stage. We'll be felicitating you. To felicitate him with an Angavastram, we request Mr. K. Varadarajan, our organizing committee chairman, to please felicitate Mr. Sanjay. Please give a big round of applause, please. To felicitate him with a memento, I'd like to call upon stage Mr. Sushil Sharma, the president of IAF, to felicitate him with a Thiruvalluvar statue, a truly befitting one for Tamil Nadu. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, gentlemen. Now, before we start the panel discussion, I request everyone to please occupy the front rows. It's going to be a very interactive session, so please come forward. Now, it's time for the exciting panel discussion as part of the 36th SOURECON 2026, where we will be raising the tempo of the event even further. This brings together some of the finest minds in our ecosystem to reflect, challenge, and benchmark what is best in class, the Indian foundries in the coming decades. Over the next session, we will hear candid perspectives, share hard-won lessons, and explore concrete ideas that can raise quality, productivity, and sustainability standards across our industry. On that note, I now invite Mr. Anand Desai, Honorary Treasurer, IAF Southern Region, to introduce our moderator for the day, Mr. VP Premkumar, fellow member IAF, to our august audience.
Very good evening to, good afternoon to everyone. Aniya Varikum Madhya Vanakkam. See, I knew I wouldn't be getting these claps if I would have said in English. So I wanted to connect with you people and see whether you're sleeping. So it's my honor, a man who doesn't require any introduction, especially in the room here, but it gives me a pleasure to introduce a very good friend. With profound privilege to introduce the moderator of our panel discussion, a titan of the foundry industry whose career has defined the benchmark of quality and strategic marketing in Indian castings for over 4 decades. Academic and early professional foundation, Mr. Premkumar is an alumni of the prestigious College of Engineering, Gundi, where he earned his degree in mechanical engineering, followed by a post-graduation in metallurgy from MIT. His journey began in 1978 as a graduate engineer trainee at Ennore Foundries, where he honored his expertise in the intricate operation of core shop production for critical engine components. A legacy of leadership at Nelcast, throughout an illustrious career featuring pivotal roles at Brakes India and Magna Electrocastings, Mr. Kumar joined Nelcast Limited in 1996. Over the past 30 years, his trajectory from Assistant General Manager of Quality to his current mantle as Director of Marketing and Quality stands as a testament to his visionary leadership. Key pillars of contribution: export transformation as a Chief Architect of Nelcast International Footprint. Mr. Premkumar has been instrumental in penetrating global markets, including the USA, Italy, Spain, Germany, Sweden, and Australia. Under his stewardship, export value recorded from INR 3 crores in 2016 to a staggering 450 crores today. Sir, I need some consultancy at my end also. So, global quality standards, he was the driving force behind the seamless implementation and migration of world-class systems, including ISO 9000, IATF, and ISO 50001. Pioneering innovation, he spearheaded the establishment of the Government of India recognized R&D Center at Nelcast, Gudur, fostering a culture of technical advancement. On the sustainability advocacy, a dedicated For green manufacturing, he revolutionized logistics by introducing returnable packaging concepts for global OEMs such as Ashok Leyland, Tata Motors, and Diamond. Operation excellence, his strategy foresight led to the successful integration of advanced supply chain management systems, including just-in-time and Kanban frameworks, optimizing both domestic and international operations. Industry recognition, in recognition of his peerless service, he was honored with the prestigious Foundrymen of the Year award by the IF in 2019. And that was the time when SOURECON happened, sir. And continues to serve as a distinguished fellow member of the Institute. With a rare blend of deep technical mastery and global marketing acumen, there is no one more qualified to steer our dialogue this afternoon. You must have also heard the chief guest today. With his closing remarks, he says, Nanu Kadavul. And then he says, Neena Kadavul. I didn't get it. See, he laughs, so I didn't get it because I don't understand that language. So, Nana Kadavul is, I am God. This is what interpretation I got them from. And Neena Kadavul is, he is God for him. So, please, gentlemen, please join me in warm welcome for our moderator, Mr. V.P. Premkumar.
The people? Huh? Sir, I will call all the panelists. Mr. Sivakumar, please join. Mr. Padmanabha. Mr. Prayut. Mr. Parikh. First of all, I thank the Southern Region Council to select me as a panel member. I'll just read the biodata of each individual so that everybody is aware of it. Mr. Sivakumar is currently serves as the president of Sanmar Matrix Metal Limited in Tiruchirappalli. His remarkable career spans over 30 years of progressive experience in hardcore engineering and manufacturing, having held leadership positions at renowned organizations such as Lakshmi Machine Works, Bracton India, and PSG Foundry. His contribution to the field have earned him the highest level of recognition, including being named as the Indian Foundryman of the Year 2015. At the national level by the Institute of Indian Foundrymen. Beyond his corporate leadership, he is deeply committed to academic excellence and mentorship. He is the guest faculty member at premier management institute like PSG and Karpagam, and he serves on the board of studies of multiple universities. He holds the degree of mechanical engineering from Coimbatore Institute of Technology and MBA, an advanced certification in NDT, that is non-destructive testing, and is currently pursuing his doctorate in management. A widely traveled professional, he brings a global perspective to our discussion today, combined with deep-rooted passion in upgrading the knowledge base of the next generation of engineers. I welcome you, boss. Mr. Padmanabhan is a mechanical engineering graduate from Babuji Institute of Engineering and Technology. He began his professional journey in 1997, and after a brief tenure in hydraulics and academia, he joined in Yunkan India Limited, a collaboration with Yunkan Koyago Company of Japan. His career is a story of remarkable growth and technical challenge. In 2005, he took an ambitious task of reviving a closed foundry unit within just 8 months. Though the mechanization and collaboration with Italian foundry experts, he developed over 30 types of complex hydraulic mobile control valve castings. His dedication to excellence was recently recognized when the team received the Casting of the Year award in 2024 for an 8-spool monoblock castings. In 2008, he was promoted to CEO, and under his leadership, the casting business transitioned into Grotek Enterprises Private Limited. He has successfully expanded the company's capacity from 450 tons to 750 tons per month. His third line currently being added to reach even greater heights. A widely traveled professional, Mr. Padmanabha maintains a strong global outlook, exporting to Europe, UK and USA and Japan. He continues to work closely with Japanese partners to develop and supply high precision castings for the international market. I welcome you, sir, Mr. Padmanabha. Great Secretary, Prayut, a graduate in IIT Bhubaneswar, that Varanasi. He furthered his academic pursuits in Cornell University in Newark. He began his career at Siemens R&D as a lead research engineer, where his innovative spirit was recognized with 2 patents. Today, as a second-generation foundryman, he serves as a director of Mangalam Steelcast in Baroda and Saina Engineering in Indore. His leadership is defined by a commitment to new product development, manufacturing optimization, and fostering international collaborations, most notably through a strategic partnership with renowned French firm. Within our fraternity, his dedication, the Institute of Indian Foundrymen, is unparalleled. Having served as a chairman of Vadodara chapter and a chairman in the Western region, he currently holds a vital role of honorary secretary of IAF at national level for the year 2025-26. Welcome you, Prayut. Mr. Adithya Parikh is a replacement for our great introduction, Desai. Good afternoon, sir. Everyone, it is my pleasure to introduce our final panelist, a leader who brings a deep understanding of precision engineering and manufacturing of critical engine components to our discussion. And Adithya holds a degree of mechanical engineering from Pune University and is dedicated over 16 years in the foundry industry as a managing partner at Victor Enterprises. He oversees the production of high-quality engine components for many of the leading original equipment manufacturers, OEMs across India. Beyond his corporate leadership, he is a prominent figure in our professional community, currently serving as a chairman of Belgaum chapter of the Institute of Indian Foundrymen. With this extensive experience in managing complex manufacturing processes and his commitment to industrial growth, he offers a vital perspective of the challenges and opportunities facing today's foundry sector. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Adithya Prakash. Sir, today's world, just I want to give you a brief on the thing which Sanjay Sharaf used to tell me 15 years ago, almost 10 years ago. Prem, we are in the foundry industry. I have been to China, whereas a lot of exports are going. Why don't we, as Indian people, are not concentrating on the exports? Honestly, that has tickled us as far as Nelcast is concerned. Whatever words he has said, because that time we were doing only 3,000, 3,500 tons only per month. So when he said, we started doing it. Then he also having one more thing is, why don't we develop a small foundries, which whatever you are not able to do it, why don't you ask small foundries to cater this? Because he was seeing that in China. China is a different ball game. Whereas that portion I have tried, but I am not able to succeed. Because now the global challenges is huge. I don't know how the small foundries will come up to that expectation. But in the present scenario, we are taking the 3 subjects to move forward. One is the sustainability, even for doing the export. As you see in the morning session, they have postponed by 1 year. If you don't show the sustainability improvement by next October, you will be charged 30% tax, not Trump tariff. It is a sustainability tariff, 30% of your value. So we need to show some improvement in the sustainability. So during on that portion, that is one subject we have wanted to take up today with all of you, some experiences on that. Second one is the technology, what we are going to adopt going forward, how to reduce the manpower, everything in the foundry industry. The third one is the recent war crisis, how do you manage? This is three subjects which I wanted to discuss with you today. So I will start with Mr. Sivakumar. Thank you, Sanjay, for the motivation you gave to me 15 years ago. See, one you... Is okay, sir? Yeah. How can you business balancing the profitability with sustainability today in a competitive market? People are telling to have a sustainability, we have to invest and we have to spend a lot of money, whether it is okay or not. People are asking questions, many questions. Of course, we have engaged one consultancy, but according to you, what will be your view on the sustainability of putting in place in the foundry industries?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, sir. If you want to be sustainable in the market, you have to be profitable. So, no second thought about that. So, in that context, there are 3-4 aspects in that. One is making the profit, how we are going to make the profit. There are many ways. In a sustainable way, if you want to make the profit, even you have to think from the investment aspect as well. So, I want to increase the production from 500 to 800 tons. There will be some mechanical parts will be added. What way we are thinking to keep the organization running down the line 30 years? I'll just put a small example for that. Increasing the mechanical part or machine, definitely within 6 months, I'll get some improvement, if not the desired value. But if I invest in a wind industry, that is adding a renewable power, my ROI will be within 3 years, that is for sure. But I'll get the power for the next 25 years. So with respect to the energy, the industry can be self-sustained without any difficulty. So long term, always when you think of investment in terms of sustainability, your investment at least 50+% should be on a long-term assets so that the business can be sustainable. And one more aspect in this regard, always we think our excellence in 2 aspects. You want to be sustainable, you should be excellence in your operation, in your profitability, no second thought about that. So always we think about the relative excellence. It means if I take my EBITDA, so what is my EBITDA of my competitor? That is the maximum comparison what we make in the industry, not only me, almost everybody, right? Just we'll come out of that relative efficiency. We'll just start thinking of absolute effectiveness or efficiency, right? To sustain in the market, I want to be in the market for the next 50 years. What should be my EBITDA today? If you start thinking in that aspect, I hope the sustainability will not be a big difficulty.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Padmanabha, sir.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I agree with what Mr. Sivakumar shared with us. I want to add some points, like we can balance profitability with sustainability. It only requires integrating our activities, like operational activities with the core business. See, it requires some cultural change. Like, yes, when we want to do sustainability, some of the investments may require, but we have to keep in mind that whatever investment is required is for the future. So it is not we are spending today like that. We need to invest for the future that is required to be in the market in the long run. And also I feel that is a cultural change across the organization. In all the level of people in the organization should know why it is important. Because want to achieve profitability by maintaining sustainability, we need to focus on operational efficiency. Then we need to do a lot of innovations. We have to motivate people to come out with good ideas, how to cut down the cost, how to make the profit within the market, because it is market driven. Prices are driven by market. We cannot demand for what we want. So in that context, we need to make our team understanding, and we have to move forward.
Thank you, sir. Here I wanted to tell you that the customers, suppose if you say I am in the renewable energy, immediately customer will say that I don't want to give you a power increase. The next answer. But what do you think about that, Piyush? And that whenever you say that sustainable is one thing, we can always say we are at 65%, 70%. When you say you are a green, they won't give you, but they are not understanding what is the investment, what we have and other things. Can you explain something about that?
Well, that's what I call the irony of the situation. So basically, the definition of sustainability in itself, it says the generation that you are doing, it's sufficient so that you can carry forward for year on year again. This particular the investment that we are doing, it is for that particular part only, but that is not coming into the calculation as of now, because it's over a period of time it's giving you the return. And with that, as you mentioned, with the customer, when they come to know about it, they've already done a greenfield project and already invested so much into it. They are not looking on the investment part, they are looking only on the return part, which has been estimated like that is what you are the saving over here. But I guess the main thing which over here it goes again with the communication, like the investment that we are kept, either we can demand from the customer, okay, not give the power rise, but at least what we are benefiting it out of the power saving, it's through that investment, give us a return on behalf of that. So that's like your investment is done by the customer, and the saving is also passing on to the customer. So that's the way it can be communicated. I will specifically talk about from the MSME scale, because compared to the esteemed panelists sitting over here, we have a comparatively smaller foundry, and but it is coming down to us also. For the MSMEs also, the sustainability passes is a real thing. The sustainability calculation was there since years. It has been incorporated since the business has started. But what is changing is the equation. See, so far, the people in the West, they were really concerned about the climate change. They were talking about it, and they were mentioning, like, for being a sustainable, you have to incorporate we have to see the climate change as well. But we as an industry, especially over here, we were not really concerned about it. But so what they have did, they have changed the equation, and they have put a parameter as an expense with respect to the climate change. And now you have to recalculate our entire sustainability with that equation. So I would say to being a sustainable under this condition, you have to look into other aspect. It's like, can you afford a sustainability cost, or whether you can afford being excluded out of the market. So that's the way you have to look at it now. That the scenario has been changed.
Good. See, for example, for one of the plant headed by Vardarajan, we are 65% green on that. We are 65% green. No, it will happen in now. Oh, sorry, Poneri is 95% green. What happened is, this month is supposed to consume 10 lakh units. Otherwise, that units will go on waste. We can't bank it. We cannot bank it for next month. So that is a huge risk. You have to get the units and we have to consume, otherwise it goes waste. No customer will going to accept this one. They will say that you are saving. Of course, there is a power cost is almost 1 rupee, 1.5 rupees is cheaper than your EB bill. But this is the risk. High risk. Now, based on the many situations, I don't know whether you will achieve the target or not, but that is the risk and challenges. Parikh, any other throw you can throw on the profitability on the...
Thank you for this opportunity to sit with this esteemed panel and you, sir. As I see, sustainability and profitability, we do not have to look at it as mutually exclusive. That is how I look at it. The most sustainable companies are generally the most profitable companies. So, for example, the more sustainable you are, the more efficient you are, the less wastages you have in your system, the more recycling you must be doing within your company so that you buy less of virgin material and more of used material. So, sustainable habits generally should lead to more profitability is what I believe as the core concept. Now, there are various parts within sustainability, what counts as sustainability that we can go details into, and which some of them require investments, some of them do not require investments. But as a principle, I believe the more sustainable you are, the more profitable you are, there need not be a big trade-off at the principle level. But of course, at the execution level, there could be challenges, and small-scale industries like us do face those challenges on a daily level.
Thank you. So, Sivakumar sir, what role you think that government should play in enforcing the sustainability practices, and where should private innovation take the lead?
The government support as well as the industry return of that is they should mutually complement each other. That is more important. Yeah, Foundry being a mother of all industries, we expect a special recognition from the Foundry, from the government. At the same time, are we comply to all the regulations of the government to be compliance with all aspects, and at the same time, when we go in that aspect, so obviously we will get the required support from that government, and again, as I told, it's mutual.
Are you getting a support from Tamil Nadu government on this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We comply to all the norms, and
there is a lot of difference between, because we have foundries in Andhra as well as in Tamil Nadu. There is a huge difference.
So since I'll add one more point here. Since I worked in Hyderabad for 5 years of time, it's a good amount of time. The trouble what we get, we have not got at Andhra.
Yes.
Right?
We have two foundries in Andhra.
Yes. Yes.
I can bank it in Andhra. If I don't consume the power this month, I can bank it. Whereas here, need to consume.
Yes. Totally different scenario at other
completely
state.
Other scenario.
Yes.
And all collectors has given a responsibility to use maximum renewable energy. Sir, how about you, Mr. Padmanabha?
So about energy cost, actually, we have invested in a wind bill. We have put a wind bill.
No, I'm asking what is you want the government should get involved in this?
No, government should make...
What help you foundry industry is required to bring sustain? Because most of the foundry people are not still aware of what is sustainability. That is the main thing which need of the world. I think for national presidents also can vouch it. I don't know about the north, eastern and western. Still sustainability is not penetrated across the foundry. That is the main reason I'm asking.
So according to me, government should ultimately regulate and enforce by creating policies which should help industries. As you rightly said, within South, there are different kind of guidelines between state to state.
Yes.
For example, coming to disposal of waste sand. Okay, I understand in Tamil Nadu, they can use it for filling the land. In Karnataka, they have clearly mentioned it has to be disposed scientifically
In Karnataka.
in Karnataka. But they themselves don't know what is the scientific method of disposal. Same question I raised. For that, you say you find a way. That is not our problem. So we went ahead one step and we started finding a way. We spent money with IIT Madras to do a study where it can be used. And also we spent money with CRRI Delhi, and there also some study is going on. And with lot of interaction and because IIT Madras taken a responsibility of providing some solution, they have given it to some PhD students as their part of program. Yeah, for 1 year to do PhD. Okay, finally we got the report and we came to know that this can be used. Now, within our organization, for all construction purpose, we are using the waste foundry sand to make the bricks, and also for the foundation, and also for the concrete. We are using up to 20-25%. Like that, we are finding a way. But these things we explained to PCB, that environmental officer. Okay, because we wanted to extend that outside our factory premises also. So we have a road. Actually, this Chennai-Bangalore Express Highway to my factory, it is just 100 meters. But it is a mud road. At least we wanted to...
But we tried the road.
We tried. We wanted to lay the road.
Tiruchi bypass, in the National Institute of Technology, they took a sand from us and they laid the road not connected to the highways, intercity roads.
So we wanted to make the road, concrete road. As per IIT Madras, the team came to our factory and we started doing. Then nearby villagers came to us and they told us to stop. Then we approached NHAI and also PCB to properly guide them so that we can do this, but they have not done. So like that, if industry wants to do something, it is a betterment of all, but there is no support. Government has to focus
On that.
on
That's what
resolving such
that is also
issues.
coming, but I was told Maharashtra is helping in a big way. Can I listen from Prayut? On his own also he has done, it is a news for me. Let us hear from him and Prayut. How do you dispose your sand? How do you, on a sustainable?
And we have purchased a land in front of our foundry. We have foundry.
To clear the foundry sand.
No, it was purchased for future expansion.
Okay.
Now it is filled with sand. I have about 9,000 tons of sand stored in that premises.
How much you generate per month?
120 to 140 tons.
Yeah.
So regarding disposition of sand, basically since last year we were doing some trials with the brick manufacturing, paver blocks and all these things. With the brick manufacturing we did get the success. So we tested the bricks with a certain ratio, with a few different ratios, and then for doing that we actually purchased a machine for manufacturing brick. So we started with that. We purchased a second-hand machine though, but we purchased it out and then we tried out with few ratios, and with the fly ash and the sand and the cement content varying to that one. And after that we got a one composition which was meeting with the IS standard. In fact, it was extending the IS standard, and we did all. There are 7 types of tests to be done on the bricks. We got it done, all the tests done. So with that particular test done, we approached to one of the nearby, that's a brick manufacturing industry, and we told them, like, we will give you at free of cost, just take our sand and make the bricks. He started with certain hesitant and initially, but later on, once he got the taste of it, now he's getting one of the raw material is free of cost for him. So he started taking out of it. So now we are, at least for Baroda unit.
Sand disposal is taken care of.
Yes, at least for the Baroda unit. But as you rightly mentioned for the government, what you mentioned in the north and not, except for the south, the sustainability is still not penetrated. I would say it's still not penetrated with the government also. So they are also not completely aware what has to be done. They have made a target of, I guess, by 2035 or something, they want to be a net zero. They launched out the Z schemes, in which also there is a mention about the waste reduction and being sustainability.
That is there in Maharashtra, but here, no.
It's actually, it is driven by the local people over there. So like when in Baroda, there was from DIC, there was one person who was very pro for the Z scheme. And he got almost 50 to 60% of the industries certified with the initial bronze certificate. So that was being driven over there, but again, it's not taken up in some other part, like in Ahmedabad, it was not taken up, and it's like varying. So it's not deeply penetrated. It has to be made a proper SOP, and it has to be, the government has to play a bigger role if at all we have to be sustainable.
In terms of government playing a role, I don't know how many people are aware of it. One tractor if you buy from Magendra, do you know that? Government is paying 1 lakh. Is ready, nobody is from Mahindra, right? Nobody is from Tafe. They are paying 1 lakh for a customer of them. So one tractor sold, that is limited period. It is not forever, limited period. So they sold around 40,000 tractors. Highest. Okay, sir, Mr. Parikh.
So to your question of what government initiatives can be done for sustainable foundries, I think that answer varies from which level of government we are talking about. At the central level, we expect cheaper access to capital for whatever green technologies that we intend to buy, cheaper access to capital. At the state level, say for example, we take the example of solar rooftop or solar parks that we plan to invest in. At state levels, they have taken away the subsidies that they were there earlier, that just like we could buy machinery and avail of subsidies, they have taken it away for solar. So I would say at the state level, subsidy introduction could be considered if government wants us to go in a greener, renewable direction. Cheaper access to capital, of course, at the national level, and at the local level, the issues that we are discussing, such as disposal of sand, and those, for example, in Belgaum, we have access to, the government has allotted us a land where we can dispose of land. However, most of the foundries do not use it, since majority of the foundries are on one side of the city, and that land allotted by government is on the other side of the city. So movement of loose sand through the city is again an issue. So majority of the people don't use that. So there are different levels of government where different solutions can be obtained, but all should be basically working in one direction.
But on the net, government should support. That's what it is coming to. Sir, can you send one mic, sir?
Sir, the issue what Mr. Padmanabhan raised and today's biggest challenge is that what support government can give to the foundry industry for particularly disposable of this foundry waste side. So the institute has already taken this initiative. And see, the issue is that the local pollution departments of any state, they don't give importance to any research, whether it is done by IIT Madras or IIT Powai or any other institute. So they will not be ready to accept the research work done, particularly for the road industry or maybe for the usage in the civil work. So we have approached, institute has already approached CRRI, and we have done last couple of months all the exercise, and we are getting, CRRI has already done a lot of work on this thing, and the first foundry cluster they have selected is Coimbatore. Because Coimbatore is generally generating around 30 to 40,000 tons of sand. The road construction requires 30,000 tons of sand per kilometer. So this sand is going to be used in road construction and secondly for the pavement block construction. And once this will be approved by CRRI, the foundry industry, particularly from the Coimbatore cluster to start with, it will be then acceptable to the pollution department. Because the government stamping will be there for this usage, so there will be relief to the Coimbatore cluster to start with, and the institute is having basically to go ahead with the Kolhapur cluster and then Rajkot cluster. So in next couple of months, the solution may come, and there will be a 2-year project we have signed And this MOU is going to be signed this month on 25th March at Delhi with the secretary of that CRRI.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Was one critical one is that for you, sir. Do you think really all foundries shifting enough to drive a meaningful change towards sustainability?
My answer is not really.
Yes.
Not fully. Always we are in that reactive mode. We should be in a proactive mode. Even for any small issue, whether it's a financial case or any such thing, always we are in a reactive mode. And the day when it has come from the top, the change is good. So every time it should be a top driven, and the foundries to move forward in that aspect of sustainability. And we have to create a good culture among the industry and among the foundries. If I take our foundry, we started that aspect even in the management review. That's what are all the points. It's given by that, okay, of course we have hired a consultant. They have given some bullet points to drive the sustainability. It has been percolated to the down the line. If it happens to all the foundries, yes, then the case is different.
In the morning session also, he has told us, what is the carbon you are generating for ton of good castings? That you should find out.
Yes.
I think Nelcast right now is 0.6 kilogram per ton of good castings we are doing.
Okay.
If it is in the Europe also, they are talking about the best foundries can do 1.1 or 1.2, I believe. So that is the thing. But I want everyone to concentrate on the sustainability. Sir, Mr. Padmanabha.
Sir, according to me, the foundry industry is undergoing a significant necessary shift towards sustainability and digitalization. But the pace of change is uneven. The largest foundries are adopting, they are going for implementation, whereas the small and medium foundries face capital constraints that prevent rapid adoption. So, because today, since most of the foundries are connected with overseas customers, so everyone is looking at showing some changes. Otherwise, they don't get the business. Even
no, even in India nowadays, in the RFQ itself, they are started giving this. Once you answer that only, they are accepting your RFQs.
Yes.
I'm talking about major OEMs.
And also other challenges for this is initial investment cost is high, very high, and we are not getting the skilled people. Shortage of skills is another challenge for shifting rapidly.
Actually, for 1 megawatt solar power plant is costing out in the recent past. We have installed 1 megawatt, 5.2 crores. That is the cost. But we can take it back within a year. Within a year, it can take it back.
Sir, all foundries making the changes, it actually depends on the kind of changes that they are getting into it. Everyone going in the same direction, obviously it will not help. It has to be diversified, it has to be taken away, because again, changes being in the same direction will not be a sustainable one. So I do consider like this is overall, it is a mandatory for all us to make a changes to become more, to show it as a more sustainable in terms of the CO2 emissions as well. So there is no option about that, but whether it will give a big impact or not, I am still clueless on this side.
Yeah, it will impact. See, every program we should have this sustain, like safety pledge, na? The sustainability chapters or sustainability session should be there for every session. I request Palnimurugan or chairman also, any program you conduct, sustainable one chapter should be there, because it should particulate down the line. No. It is for a bigger audience. I'm talking about chapters.
Sir, to a question of whether the foundries, enough foundries are...
It is going in a right direction or not? That's all.
Enough foundries are moving towards
about the Belgaum foundries, if you take it.
Correct. To drive home a change. The answer is no. The bigger foundries, because they are more exposed to bigger customers, export customers, have been on their path for the last few years. Whereas if you talk about MSMEs, there is not enough movement in that direction to affect any change. Primary reasons for that is lack of awareness, and majorly most of the MSMEs, as I understand, since I come from that sector, react to change when key drivers are pushing them in that direction. Those key people are either the government, the PCB, or the customer. When either of these two people push MSMEs in a particular direction, MSMEs are more likely to move in that direction than through self-reflection. But the reason MSMEs don't move in that direction is majorly because of lack of awareness, lack of capital, lack of technology, or the scale is too small to invest that big. So one of the solutions to that, to help MSMEs move in that direction, is to take advantage of the cluster-based approach to small-scale industries to move them in that direction. So common facilities for green technologies, common facility for expert or a consultant who can help them move in that direction. These are some of the basic things that the bigger companies have easily, but the smaller companies lack. So a cluster-based approach for small-scale industries in that direction can make a big change.
As a cluster, you can take it.
Correct. Today, it is not there. Today, there are not enough industries to move in that direction.
No, my suggestion is Bakuti Morning is a consultant. Of course, he is a consultant for us also. You can take him as a group of companies, and he can guide you how to measure scope 1, scope 2. Scope 3 is different. Scope 1, scope 2, let us address first to get the things done where we are going. I think we have done enough with the sustainability. Is anybody, for example, a supplier side, suppose you are the managing director, you have set up a new foundry. Did you thought anything about sustainability while putting your plant in a new plant, Mr. Sanjay Shadov, when you install a new plant in Gumudi Pundi or Ponneri?
We are exploring the possibility of green power, that is solar.
Yeah.
But like Adithya said, two things. One is the government support in terms of, especially Tamil Nadu. There are lots of challenges in terms of, the benefit. So for an MSME, when he looks at an ROI in terms of the benefit, that's where MSMEs start getting discouraged. The incentive to go green gets lower because the ROI is not supporting it, right? Like you said, the bankability is not there, whereas in Andhra it's there. So these are some of the challenges that government needs to definitely address. And the question that you asked, what does the government need to do? Which means we as IIF should probably make the government aware. I think, like he said, half the people are not, I think Mr. Padmanabha said that he has to educate the people, right?
Yeah.
So there's a gap. And unless that gap is filled, they will not understand the need. And in isolation, I don't think this will work.
Correct.
So we as an institute
because
need
in going forward, Tier 1, Tier 2 has to be about 2030.
And it's percolating down, right? I mean, all the foundries are now asking suppliers to say, okay, let us know what is the, green that you're going in for. So it's becoming important, and everybody has to go for it. But I think it has to be a collective effort.
Sustainability is no more optional. It has mandated.
Now it's more of a customer-driven than foundry-driven.
Yes.
So whoever works with the bigger
people has
OEMs,
to ask. It is a democratic country. People has to ask.
Yes.
Yes,
I
please.
just would like to add, when, as Adithya said, a lot of foundries or any of the panelists said, a lot of foundries are not moving towards the sustainability. But going forth, that will be a norm. Like if you have an ISO 9001, you should be having ESG in place. So what we did as a small foundry, a batching foundry, so what we did is we made the facility. Then I was looking out for consultants. It was very difficult to get good consultants in these lines for ESG and all. So what I did was I contacted most of the MNCs for companies like Caterpillar, SKFs. So I went to them and I asked them, do we want ductile iron castings? They said yes. So I said, please come now. do an audit for us. So they did the audit. I told my people, whether we supply to them or not, but at least you will be compliant, then they'll get you compliant. Hope customers are not here. So
I request you to take that Bakuti. He will audit you and give you what is the carbon emission right now in your phone.
Yeah, it was a very enriching insights also. But this is what I request all the Foundrymen, that it is going forth, it will be a norm. So let us get into this and get it done. Otherwise, we'll be watched. That's for sure.
In another...
Already supplied. Started supplying. In due course of time.
In another 3-4 years, you will be vanished if you don't follow the sustain. So now they will come to the latest technologies in Foundry, sir. Can you throw some light? What is that Industry 4.0 is you are opted in the Foundry?
It's a need of the hour. No second thought about that. Particularly in the area of post-production. Wherever I'm running a foundry of 500 crores business. Currently, I spend 40% of now my time is handling the post-production issues. Going forward, maybe down the line 10 years, I don't know whether we'll get a person to do the fettling of the customer.
No way.
It's a reality.
No way.
Right. So, having understood that, industry should move towards that without any further delay.
Yes.
We have one more foundry in North America. We recently put an automatic line because of that, again, issue in the manpower. Automatic arrangement we made, and we doubled the productivity there, and we came out of that issue. So what we are doing in our Trichy foundry, we are making a product flow line. For high alloys, already we made a cell, and we are further exploring to refine that. And for railway castings, we are in the process of making a cell. So that product flow with a limited people, maximum possible to improve that material handling and those aspects. We are trying to manage the situation. Yes, it is a need of the hour. We should move towards that.
Sir, Padmanabhan sir.
I agree with Mr. Sivakumar. So Industry 4.0 is very essential because it will the way of transforming foundry operations into smart foundries. By integrating with IoT, AI and robotics, we'll be able to get real-time process monitoring. So I visited a foundry in Japan recently. I was surprised. Everything is, every data is collected online. Normally in our foundry, if any problem comes, we ask him to bring last 3 months data for analyzing. Okay, so then based on that, we wanted to analyze and take some action, but it is not so. If there is a problem previous minute, they will be able to understand what went wrong and what is to be done. And one more thing, all these systems are developed by their own people. Actually, there are 2 brothers. I can say one Mr. Fujiwara, he is heading the Asagoi foundry in Okayama. Excellent foundry. And another person, his brother, is an electronics engineer. He developed all the systems required. They get real-time data. Everything from, it may be of sand, it may be of core, it may be of mold, it may be of metal, everything. And they have a system, they have AGVs to even collect the molten metal in front of the furnace. That vehicle will take the metal, do the magnesium treatment, and that vehicle will take to the autopore, it will transfer, like that system they have done. So it says there is a, solution available. We have to see how we can adapt. And also I raised a question because in our my own foundry, to my production manager, if I tell, from tomorrow, additionally, how to do this. The next minute, he will say, from tomorrow, I need 4 people extra. Okay, but there, when I posted the same question, the production manager said, we know, first of all, we don't get the manpower. Because there also, they have shortage of manpower. They get people from Vietnam. Because that also I identified, because people who are from Vietnam are working with a different color uniform. Okay, when I asked why they are wearing the different uniform, they said they are all from Vietnam. Okay, so then coming to this, they said, we know that we don't get manpower. First we have to think how this work can be done, what mechanism to be adopted. Like that we think and we find a way and we'll adopt. So everything they do with some automation. With the automation, whatever the process they set, it is sustained. There is no deviation. And they don't, we normally say we do process audits and all. That and all is not there because process is inbuilt. So with that, quality of the casting is also inbuilt with the product. They no need to check. So
yeah, I personally experienced also. Do you know what is the manpower per ton per month in Japan?
I have not asked, but it is very, very low because the foundry which I visited, they do around
No, how many tons per man per month compared to the Indian industry?
Maybe around.
Somebody can guess?
30 to 35 tons.
Yeah, correct. 14 tons per man per month is the output in Japanese foundry. That is a... How that? No, I'm just telling you. That's what. But in a company like Nelcast, we have hardly touched 4 to 5 tons per man per month.
Ours is.
Yeah,
ours
4
is
to 5
2.5 tons.
But all credit goes to Vardarajan. So 4 to 5 tons per man per month. That's all. But Japanese, we have to go a long way. But some of the things, as you said, if you want anything extra, we want manpower. Some automation, we have to do it. The post-production act, we are very good up to knockout. We are the European standards what we have. But after knockout, we are coming to the Indian standard. But going forward, if you don't atomize that area, we are not going to survive in the foundry industry at all. And moreover, in Europe, they don't fettle it. Equipments are made in such a way, but they pay huge amount for the equipment. For the tool, what I mean is pattern and core box, huge amount. Perfection to the core. They will just knock out and send it to the machine shop. They allow 1 mm projection in the parting line.
So that is one of the main challenges, sir. Here, customers expect that surface is matched.
No, sir. Slowly, we are able to change some customers on some parts. Particularly, people like Varadarajan can change anybody. But slowly, we can change the customers, sir. Now, because right now there is no fettlers. Going forward, there is no fettlers at all. Prayut, what do you think about the Industry 4.0 for you, and what will be the tonnage per man in your MSME? People like your foundries.
In MSME, actually we divide into 2 parts. One is the batch production and one is the jobbing part. So in jobbing, it's definitely quite low. It's coming out to be 1, 2 between that. For the batch production, we do have a higher, roughly around 4 or something. But the thing is, there are 2 aspects for Industry 4.0 and the automation. There are 2 different things.
Next question is that,
Yeah. So we have the Industry 4.0 again, at least for the few MSMEs, they are still not aware what is the difference between digitalization and Industry 4.0. So people are still thinking it's like if we are doing digitalization, it's Industry 4.0, whereas Industry 4.0 is data driven. It's entirely data driven.
One thing is we are collecting more data. As Mr. Padmanabha was telling, huge data will be there, but we are not utilizing.
We are not looking at it. We are not looking. So if we are not looking at it, then we are not adopting Industry 4.0. So again, in the market also, we have so many solutions available as of now for claiming it as Industry 4.0. But that's the first thing I do ask them, like where you have the data from. do you have actually the data from the foundry industry, so with which you can give out the decision based on that data and can tell me, okay, that's something going to be wrong. So the smart foundry which is saying, it's like before a person realizes, the machine will tell you whether it's going on a right direction or it's going on a wrong direction. And that is the industry 4.0. It is going to be very helpful and it is actually a need and offer, but implementing the same is a key challenge because we have many experienced professionals over here. By looking at the casting only, they can tell it out whether it's good or not. But that particular intuition and all those things cannot be given out in the form of data directly to the computer, to the system. So the data collection and how we implement the industry 4.0 is very important. Otherwise, it's just a digitalization which was there since last 10 years and it can be still continued in a similar way. So yeah.
But people like you from IIT coming to the foundry industries is remarkable. I appreciate that. Because some of the engineers whom people are asking whether can he come to the foundry, they said no, they don't want to come. But I am telling him, you take some project, that also they don't want to come.
Sorry.
But as he said, I went to the Japan also, I have another foundry. Some of the defect, if it comes, the design of experiments, what they do now, complete analysis. Which cavity, which place, which location, what is the heat, what time they poured, what is the cavity number. In his table, everything is there.
Sir, I think most of the points have been said. I will just
No,
add.
no, particularly to your foundry, I need it.
I will just add one. I think I will just add one statement. As Prayut said, 4.0 does not mean automation. 4.0 basically means having data analyzed.
No, you tell me, otherwise you tell me any automation which will reduce the manpower, which is the order of the day, which is required or something like that. Which automation?
Basically have all the data available, analyzed for us to take decision. That is what management needs. So basically 4.0 is simply replacing data, replacing the guesswork part of it with data analyzed for us for taking decisions. Anything that helps us in that direction is 4.0. Need not be only technology, need not be any investment, any tool that can get instant data, latest data, all of the data analyzed for us to help us take the decision. Earlier we used to do those things, earlier manually, moved to Excel, now it has moved to softwares. Now the next stage is all of the data all at once, the latest, all analyzed for us to take decision based on that. Any tool that helps in that direction, basically 4.0, there is no need for any robotics in 4.0 only, not necessarily.
Do you think robotic or smart sensors will reduce the manpower or at that area we have to look into that? Otherwise?
I have experience in robotics in my own machining unit. So reduction in manpower definitely, but does it reduce jobs per se? Some of it, but it adds better jobs is what we have learned.
Particularly I am talking about the foundry industry. If any, can you throw some light on that?
Sir, automation definitely reduces the manpower, especially where there is a repeatability. So the same process, we have to do repetition again and again and again. The same process, in fact, yesterday in your foundry itself, we saw the grinding, the parting line was being deburred. So at a time, 2 casting within 5 minutes is getting deburred and coming out. Whereas if we do it with the manpower, that person for the 2 casting will take entire one shift for deburring that process. So the automation is something he's doing what the manpower is doing, but without any tea break. So that's the part that we are saving onto it. So that's definitely it is reducing. And recently also we also changed our molding line from a manual thing to automated one with the Omega fast loop line. So with that we have seen like the earlier the
huge manpower reduction.
Huge manpower. It's like 1/5 now we are able to manage out to the molding section. So yeah, it is there.
Sir.
We have to take a cautious decision with respect to the capital investment and the manpower cost. If you even, again, it depends on the product mix what we have. If it is a volume game like what you are doing, it is quite possible. Whereas the value segment what we are in, numbers are not much. It is not really offsetting that still. But what we are trying to do, we are emphasizing the people to unlearn, learn, and then skilling in that same aspect. We are trying to retain some people, identify the skilled people, and we are trying to do that.
Since you are asking about how they get 14 tons per man per month, if you go and see the Japanese foundry, you can't see any manpower.
Yes, sir. You can, I've seen.
You can't see any manpower at all, except that pouring
I've
guy.
seen some foundries in Japan, we can count.
So that's the thing.
Yes.
But I don't know, I can throw the questions to the audience. What do you think about per man per month in your foundries? Do you have any figures with you, or still you don't have any figures, or you have not even thought about it? If anybody is having the figure, you can spell it out. But I have a Breaks India figure. Some Breaks India is having around 7 tons per man per month. Nelcast is around 4.5 to 5 tons per man per month. That is a figure which I wanted to tell you. Again, the post-production, which I told you, mainly the grinding, automation, we have to do it. Do you have any solution for that right now for grinding the parts? Do you have any solutions? Because all the IFX exhibition, even the past 2 years, 3 years, they are concentrating on the post-production activities. Any major change do you expect in the coming years on the post-production activities?
Certainly it should happen. As you rightly said, last 2-3 IFX exhibitions, even this year, we invited some exhibitors to our foundry. At least the high runner parts, we thought of implementing some solution. Maybe the investment will be a challenge. Yes, we have convinced the management and principally decided to go.
Average investment is 2 crore per machine,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Average investment,
Yes.
2 crore for a 40 kg of castings of diameter around 400 to 450 dia. You can do it, but investment is 2 crores. You can do around 300 tons per month, that's all.
That is the exact challenge.
That's but you tell me, if there is no manpower, what you will do? Suppose in April and May, you are going to face the music.
Yes.
April, I don't know about you. Definitely, our foundry's production in charge say April and May, there will be a problem.
Holi is completed. Next is the harvesting and summer.
Apart from that, election is coming.
Yes.
In Tamil Nadu, election is there.
Yes.
Anything you can throw on this, sir?
Sir, one thing we tried, actually we produce smaller castings. We minimize the activity, like we do only in-gate grinding, and for the parting line we try to do...
You produce grey and SG?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And we tried with pressing, that is with the pressing activity, that trimming. By trimming, we wanted to remove the side flashes that we tried. It was very success, but customer not accepted. As I told you, he said he wanted the parting line, both the halves should be matched. So that's why we...
No, sir, customer, for example, a customer like Same is just now he has come. I need one answer from you, sir, Mr. Raja. He is the strategic sourcing head in Same Deutsch.
Okay.
See, what we are talking about fettling, why don't the customer in Europe, you are also having a factory at Same Deutsch in Italy, they will allow 1 mm flash throughout the parting line. All castings, not only a specific casting. He is asking whether, why not in India, they are not allowing that 1 mm flash. Do you have a plan in accepting that 1 mm flash throughout the casting is the question.
Actually, it depends on the caster.
Actually, it depends on the casting application. If there is no fouling issues in the particular castings, just we can allow the 1 mm flash over there. For example, in trumpet housing, which we are using for our transmission, we are allowing the flash. That is means that we are not doing any fettling for the parting line. So it depends on the application.
Prayut, you see, it started coming. Because the foundry fellow would have told him, unless you allow this, I won't supply. So...
No. It is not the case actually. See, even we are getting the cost benefit also from the foundries.
See, now, all the OEMs in Europe, they are giving a specification sheet. In the specification itself, they are telling 1 mm is allowed. Like foundry defect specification, no? Same thing flashes also they are telling. That's what,
Uh,
something we have to generate because 5 years down the line there would be no fettling.
In some of the drawings, it is there. They have shown a pad all around the parting line. So for one customer in Italy, what happened, it is there in the drawing, but my fettling person, it is his, understanding. He thought that need not to be maintained, he grinded everything. Then we sent that casting, there it got rejected. They said there is no parting line this one, so we cannot accept.
So they are allowing the parting line, is it?
Yes,
In the
parting
drawing
line,
itself?
yes. You need to provide, you have to just trim. No need to merge with both the halves.
The question to you, Prayut. Like MSME foundries, why don't we take no fettling? I'm just asking a question. I don't know, Chalaramsam is not there. He has taken one thing is no casting on the floor. He took 10 years back that decision. He's doing around 1,800 tons per month in one foundry and one foundry around 800. Totally he's doing around 2,600 tons per month. He took a call, come what may, no casting on the floor. Even I am not able to maintain that, but he maintains that. He took a call. He suffered initially, but with all the pallets, boxes, everything he has done. Like that, something we should do it on the post-production activities, according to me. Particularly in MSME, you can start something like that.
Sir, what we have, actually there are two aspects. First of all, anything we want to deviate from the regular start, then it has to be the cost benefit that we can show it to the customer, then only that can be a chance of acceptance.
Yes.
Because it has to be a benefit to the customer, then only it will be accepted. And secondly, what we are doing is, because we are providing the machine casting in our foundry. So we are trying to take the parting line on that side where there is a machining is a requirement.
Goes on the machining.
Yes, goes machining. And where there is a chances like we cannot do the machining, we try to take that in a core. So that way also we are trying to avoid to reduce the fettling job over there. Because as you rightly mentioned, fettling is now its availability of...
Because fettling cost is also 2 rupees per kg, it is going up and up and up.
Sir, it's 3 in Gujarat.
As a customer is telling, if you show him some reduction, they will say, I don't want it.
Then it's accepted.
That is accepted. What, Rajesh? What's your thing about how do you face in your industry?
Sir, we provide engine components to one of the major OEMs in India, and for the last 4 years, we have started a project with them for post-production. The project is called Zero Fettling Initiative.
Zero fettling.
So the customer starts with the principal position that fettling is a non-value-added activity. Why can't the casting move to machining? So absolute zero fettling is the ideal situation. So all we have to do is work on reducing the fettling to a level where the parting line or the ingot line is so small, it could be broken off in such a small place that it could, after short blasting, it could be directly taken on the machine for machining and could be taken off there. So for last 4 years, not only us, all of the entire supplier base is moving in that direction, that we show at least a few parts that we have converted to zero fettling in that year. Or even if you fail to convert it to zero fettling, the fettling has reduced drastically, say over 50-60%, at least we have reduced, even if it has not got to zero. So the entire mindset of that they are driving, especially in mass production region, is to take it to zero fettling. Start with the ideal position that we want zero fettling. No fettling, it is a non-value-added activity, eliminate the process. So in going in that direction, whatever reductions we are able to afford is a benefit that is reaped by the foundry itself.
So automation, I can conclude like whatever we are doing post-production activities, we should think going forward. That is a major drive we should think on. And this present war crisis, what do you think about Sivakumar? This already we have 1,000 variables. Foundry industries are customer is not a variable. Oh, listening, yeah. No, I want him to hear. So he should see the pain of the foundry people.
Yeah, certainly. If you take my case, we are using 7 tons of LPG per day. We have around 14 heat treatment furnaces, each and every casting. Thrice it goes through the heat treatment. Out of 14, I think Mr. Karan will say a right answer. Around 7-8 furnaces are running through LPG. Really, we are in tough time, right? We are trying to manage. We are fearing now what are the other materials like sleeves. We started discussing with the sleeve manufacturers and ceramic tubes. But one thing is for sure, the COVID-19 has taught us a good lesson. The entire foundry, the entire world is sustained with a lot of difficulties. This team, we will be able to sustain even these crises also will overcome, right? In Tamil, there is one thing, idum kadandu pom. Right.
Sir, you say about the present crisis, war crisis. How do you think that foundry people should react for it, and what is your personal experience on that? One is the LPG.
Yeah.
One is the LPG. But going forward, there are a lot of issues. For example, I was told you will have a filter problem, you have a sleeve problem, you have a amine problem.
That's what, sir. Even we don't have any clarity. But LPG is the major one which is more concerned, because 2 days back, even my customer from Italy called me because we produce their cores in a core shooter which is operated with LPG.
LPG?
Yeah.
Oh.
Heating is with LPG.
Coal.
Okay, so.
Shell core.
Shell core.
Okay.
He told Padmanabha, this problem will never stop. War may stop for temporary, but they may start fighting each other.
No, Trump will create one more problem, sir.
Yes. So, that machine we are using from past 20 years. It is supplied by them from Italy. But now they are telling us to convert that into electrical heated. I told him, don't worry, I will manage. But still he is telling, no, the war may start again and it may repeat many times. So it is going to disturb my production. You please change the machine itself from LPG based to electric coil, induction coil heating this one. We started working on that.
Yeah,
so that
for
is
us
one.
also canteen we have to start electrical furnace.
That is one. And also we are getting a lot of requests from other suppliers saying that keeping this as the base, they are asking whether there is an impact or not. They are asking that is increased, this is increased. So you have to give price increase, otherwise we cannot supply like that. So we are totally in a confused mode.
Anyway, this stage also will pass, as he said. What?
So for me, I would say we recently changed our oil fire furnace to gas fire furnace. It's only been a couple of months we changed over, and I convinced my father to make that investment because it's going toward the greener and there will be a good ROI. So this Tuesday only he asked me.
But it is not a wrong decision. Wait, not a wrong decision.
So Tuesday he asked me now, sarcastically, now what? So I said, I'm going to Chennai, let's see what happens till then. After return back, we'll take a decision. So yeah, sir, we have seen previous many wars, we have seen economic turmoil.
You will not have seen Trump, na? Wars.
We have seen Trump before, but it was different Trump. So yeah, but the thing is...
Sir, 25 days before, you would not have imagined this type of crisis will come here.
And it's same for everyone.
Yeah.
As on yesterday,
I was told the people in Singapore and people in Malaysia suffering much worse than us.
So our dependencies or other factors are there, and this teaches us on how we can innovate further to protect ourselves from such kind of situations. So that's what we are implementing. And I just take a positive outlook out of this thing is, after every war, the data has shown there has been rise in the casting demands.
Casting demand is rising,
it's
but
gonna be-
more or less we are optimized to the raw material cost, production cost, everything. By the time we are about to optimize it, everything gone for 6. How about you, boss?
But, similarly, even in Belgaum, the government has taken a similar decision to stop it to industrial users. Just like COVID, oxygen was given preferred for hospitals and other things, and not to industries. Similar decision taken. We cannot criticize the decision; it is the right decision in the end. So the best things that we can control in this scenario is to utilize our rapport with our supplier to ensure availability of raw material to the best of our ability in the short term. Long term, we have no control over it, how long the war goes. We have to trust our government to take the right decisions.
Actually, more than foundry industry, OEMs will suffering more because of the heat treatment side. And I think I will go with the last question to you, sir, and to all of you also. What are the key drivers that will shape the foundry industry over the next 5 to 10 years? And what do you think about it? And this question to President also.
Move your focus towards EVs. Definitely the future is going to be EV without any second thought. And as we discussed, Industry 4.0 and artificial intelligence. And the industry should move from experience-based analysis to data-based analysis. As he rightly said, we have data. Are we using the data? For sake of collecting the data, we are doing that. But if you approach scientifically with the help of data, your decision will be more robust, and then it will fetch us fruitful results. And again, obviously, the sustainability aspect, it should be driven from the foundry side, not from the customer side, right? And going forward, that talent crisis is going to be the big challenge for the foundries, and internal development of the talents, available talents, and identify the right people in the team instead of going for external agencies, and then develop them through a proper structured way of training. That is going to be our drivers for the future.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Padmanabha, sir.
So most of the points Mr. Sivakumar has covered. That's what quality is the key. Quality we need to focus, and we have to have a team with cultural change, so that everyone mindset should
Key
be.
drivers, cultural change and the quality.
Yeah, and we have to focus on automation. We have to keep learning. We have to give them, we have to motivate them to come with kaizens, more kaizens, and we have to implement that. So with that, foundry can sustainable, and it will become good in the profitable.
Thank you.
I think, sir, whatever we discussed so far, the topics are all related to the key drivers only. So starting from the sustainability, energy, Industry 4.0, automation, as rightly mentioned, skill. So these are the few segments which are definitely going to be the key drivers in the market, because each and everything is all related to the cost optimization eventually, and that's only way.
Because of the war, customers are looking, India is a bigger optional.
Yes. So after this, in fact, for us also, we are looking for a different outlook of, diversification in the application process itself. So we can add that point also to this thing, that this is going to be the key driver. We, as a founder, we need to adapt to what is transforming along with, and the adaptability will be the key driver again on that part.
Yes, I think most of the
all the same thing.
Same.
And I request President, IAF President, to say something about. Hello, welcome, sir.
Hello. Yeah, sir, the key drivers, in my opinion, for the next 5 to 10 years will be basically the Indian foundrymen, particularly since we know that 80 to 90% of the industry is from MSME sector. We should try to adopt very small things of automation also in our foundry. Another thing what I have been experiencing in the foundry industry is that most of the foundrymen, it is a normally human nature of Indian that not to accept a change. And that change should be, a person should be ready to accept a change in his own foundry. And unless and until that acceptance comes from the foundryman, then only the new things can be implemented in the foundry. And crisis, as someone has said, crisis always evolves you to something new. And we will definitely come out of this crisis also, current crisis. And you will find the way we have come out of COVID, we will come out of with this current situation also. And we will be selling forward in the next 5 to 10 years. But only thing is that we should be ready to accept the change.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So I'll have a concluding remark on this with all the discussion what we had for 90 minutes. Sustainability is no longer optional. That's all I can able to conclude. It is becoming a adhering factor in the foundry industry. Technology is not just about improving the efficiency. It is reshaping the foundry industry. Crisis management is the need of the hour. That's all I can able to conclude with the discussion what I had. And foundry tomorrow must be greener, smarter and stronger. With these closing remarks, I'll conclude the session. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We appreciate your efforts in making this year's edition of our panel discussion a grand success. I now invite Mr. Sanchit Kittu, past chairman, IIF Southern Region, to felicitate our moderator with a traditional Angavastram. Thank you, sir. I now call upon Mr. Sanjay Shroff, past president, IIF, to present a memento to our moderator. The moderator will be felicitating the panelists. Mr. Sivakumar will be felicitated by Mr. VP Premkumar, sir. Mr. Padmanabha, sir, will be receiving the Angavastram and a memento from VP Premkumar, sir. Thank you, sir. Next would be Mr. Prayut, Bhamawat. Finally, Mr. Adithya, Parikh. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for your valuable time. Thank you for your valuable lessons.
Yeah. Listen. Adithya sir. Yeah. Big thanks to Prem sir since this Actually, we plan to have all the 7 chapters of Southern region to chairmen on the stage, and we wanted to discuss something differently. But few of the chairmen not willing to come forward to have for the discussion. So we converted this as a panel discussion. Just 3-4 days back only we requested Prem sir to be the moderator, and he made it happen very nicely. It went very well, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that comes to the conclusion of SOURECON 2026 first half, the conference. Now we shall all break for tea.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. As we had the very good panel discussion here, parallelly there was a B2B session that was happening here. Can I have a silence for a few minutes, please? Sir, we had a B2B session that was happening on the other side, and we were in the plan of felicitating all the buyer of castings in the evening in the beach lawn during the evening celebration. But still one of our buyer has to leave now, so we'd like to felicitate Mr. Sendil Murugarathinam from Caterpillar India Limited. May I call upon the National President of IIF, Mr. Sushil Sharma, to please felicitate Mr. Sendil Murugarathinam from Caterpillar India Limited, please. Can we have a big round of applause, please? An Angavastram and a memento. We would also like to felicitate Mr. Raja from Same Deutsch Fahar. May I call upon Mr. VP Premkumar to felicitate Mr. Raja with an Angavastram and a memento, please.
Get your tea. Just a reminder, you are supposed to collect your t-shirts, the exclusive SOURECON 2026 t-shirts. If you haven't, please proceed to the registration desk. Please wear it in the evening celebrations. Apart from this, you would have received a link for feedback in the WhatsApp. Please provide your honest feedback to make the events in the future much better.